Hey, hello, good morning or good afternoon or good evening, Spurs fans. Paul, the Hotspur hippie here, the only psychedelic soccer show on the internet. Just thought I'd come in, have a quick stream, Tottenham Tangents, talk a load of old bubba about Tottenham as we start marching towards our first home game of the season against Manchester United. Boy, are we going to have to score a lot of goals because VAR, you know how they are with Man United. They seem to be quite lenient with them and quite strict with us. Those people in those buffoons in Stockley Park with all the fumes coming up from the Victorian waste site has affected their heads and it's turned them all into Man United fans. And when we play them on Saturday, you could bet your bottom dollar if a seagull flies into our net, someone at VAR would think it was a football and give Man United a goal. But that's always the way with Tottenham, backs against the walls. That's when we were at our best. Just a couple of old tweets to go through here, and I'll come to the comments because there's not a lot happening, is there? I saw this yesterday, actually. Tom Barkley, where's he from? Is he Daily Mail? Oh, the Sun. Okay. I don't know if he's any good or not, but he's apparently saying, and this is for Last Word on Spurs that I got this from, Tottenham Hotspur attempting to sell 7 players before the transfer window shuts. Hugo Lloris, Jed Spence, Eric Dyer, Japhet Tanganga, Sergio Reguilon, Harvey White, and Tanguy Ndombele. What do we reckon of that, folks? It's a start, isn't it? Let's go through these. Well, we know Hugo's on his way out. Jed Spence, I don't know what the story is there. I don't know what the story is. We only saw him for a few minutes in one of the pre-season friendlies. Didn't impress, but, you know, what can you do in that amount of time? Eric Dyer, please someone buy him. I was so happy when I saw that line out for the game against, who'd we just play? God, my memory's going, isn't it? Brentford. That's it. We're at the Brentford Leisure Centre. I was so happy to see him not in the team and not on the bench. Japhet Tanganga, I don't know, man. He just runs over people. So, you know, we've got a VDV-shaped person in that slot, which is good. Sergio Reguilon, very, very flaky defensively when you see how fantastic Destiny Udogie is. I mean, Destiny Udogie, what a cool kid. He's only like 20. Can you believe it? The average age of our squad at the moment was a good year younger than Brentford's. I saw that. I think our average age is something like 25 and theirs was 26. But these young men we're signing, they're showing the goods, aren't they? I mean, Udogie's fantastic, and Van der Ven, what a debut! What a debut under hard circumstances. You know, just joined the club for 5 minutes, and he did really well. Harvey White, I'm neither here nor there on, and Tanguy Ndombele. Well, the stories are all coming out, fueled by Alistair Gold. So maybe there's something to it. He tends to be, you know, reliable, I guess. Is that Ange Postecoglou has not been impressed with Tanguy's attitude, particularly things like timekeeping, which is a really simple thing, isn't it? Really simple thing, timekeeping. And look, I'm not one for planning, man. I'm not one for planning. Look at me, you know. Poor. Can you believe I used to be a project manager? Different life, man. Different life. Yeah, but when you're a professional footballer and you're trying to fit in with the team, maybe if you're a complete stupendous genius, then you can get away with it. But he ain't. And look, there's the gallery. There's the 7 players there. All could be going out the door. Lovely jubbly. I mean, we've got a big squad. There's about 37 players at the moment. So we need to get rid of, 12. Maybe not get rid of 12, but only 12. They ain't going to make the cut, are they, for the Premier League squad, which has to be done in another, 2 weeks? 2 weeks till the window closes. And that's all this thing about Fabio Paratici remains involved at Spurs in a consultancy role. Club's former director of football has been given limited scope. He was involved with the strike of Belief, also having laid the groundwork for Vicario. But he also got us Jed Spence, didn't he? And Pedro Porro, here's the thing. Here's a talking point. Is Pedro Porro going to work out? or are we going to perhaps just playing further up the pitch? Because Emerson seems to be doing all right at right back, and he's getting into the middle of the pitch, and he scored a cracking goal as well, did Emo. So where does Pedro Porro fit in? Could he be someone, if Kulusevski doesn't pull his socks up, could take that spot? Who knows, man? So I just listened to the Spurs Show podcast this morning as I was trying to persuade myself to get out of bed because it's a bit cold. Harry Scarf and Jar Wobble were on it. Fantastic guests. I could listen to Jar Wobble all day and his music. He's got a new album out, The History of Now. He's a fantastic bass player, and I can say this with some authority because I play the damned 4-string beast myself, and Jar Wobble is fantastic at it. All right, well, let's have a look at the old comments. Not many in today. I knew there wouldn't be because it's like midnight everywhere in the world apart from Australia. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully some of you are at work having a bit of a sneaky alt tab in your headphones. Let's have a look. Who we got? Phil P. G'day, man. Huge love, Paul, from oldie London town. Yes, man. Actually, on a side note, you know when you see signs like ye olde shoppy and ye olde worldy, that Y is actually pronounced th. It comes from an old English letter that we don't use anymore, more called thorn. So it's pronounced th. So it's not ye, it's the. So there you go, interesting little load of rubbish that. Just about to turn in for the night. Oh man, it's getting late there. It's 1 a.m. 1 a.m. Have a wicked show. Thanks very much, fam. Thanks for showing up, man. Thanks for showing up. The age of Ange is truly here. Damn right it is. Damn right. It feels like he's been here all the time now. The last 3 years just fading away like a bad old nightmare. And he seems very at home, seems very comfortable, very relaxed in his press conferences. And I think now the Harry Kane thing's all done and dusted, you know, he's not going to get pestered with those questions anymore. And I like it. I like him having a bit of a jab at the gallery, the Fleet Street Meathead Hat Gallery, when the press conference before the Brentford game, someone said, "Oh, can you be a bit of a, funny boy? Can you guess what the first question is about Ange?" And Ange says, "Well, seeing as you lot couldn't be bothered turning up to the press conference last week and we had to cancel it, it's not going to be about me, is it?" So I like it. I like Ange. He gives a little bit back. He's got a bit of mongrel in him. The Ange Express is up and running. Woo-woo. Yep, destination glory. It's left the station now. It's left the station. That's it. We're off. We're on the road, man. We're on the road. Is it too early to say the treble could be happening at Tottenham? Probably is, but I like saying it anyway because it winds people up. Winds people that aren't Tottenham fans up. "Oh, what right if you've got to say, why do you think Tottenham's such a good club? You ain't won nothing." Who cares? Shamu, g'day, man. Shamu Van Der Vu. Onana, it's a penalty to the tune of that Rihanna song. What's my name, dude? I'm telling you, it's very, it's something. Those clowns at Stockley Park, they make it hard. They make it hard to think there isn't a conspiracy theory sometimes, isn't there? I don't know. So there's no consistency there. I think just get rid of it. Get rid of it. It's a failed experiment. I know, and it all comes down to TV, I think. TV and bloody gambling, sticking their noses into our beautiful game where, I suppose if there's a Sky Sports football 24-hour channel, I don't know what the state of, Premier League football is in England on the TV anymore. Is it in beIN or is it they don't show games and all this sort of stuff? But I'm assuming it's like CNN. If you've got a 24-hour news channel, you've got to talk about something, haven't you? And so after a game, they'll be dissecting and pulling to bits every little offside, every little challenge, and just causing up a kerfuffle, putting the pressure on the Premier League. And what's that referee's body called? Mobbable, something like that. And I can't be bothered looking it up. You know what I'm on about. there's that, and all the gambling people are probably in there, or now there's pressure because we don't want the game to be bent like it can be in Italy from time to time. Probably only a matter of time, though, isn't it, before there's some huge betting scandal that hits the Premier League where there's money, there's stuff to follow. But yeah, just get rid of VAR. Get rid of VAR. What a waste of time. It used to be you go to a game, watch it, maybe call the referee a wanker for 30 minutes, but that's football, isn't it? If you don't get it going for you, you still got to overcome those odds. And when there's one guy on the pitch, it's easy. When you've got a room of 6 people all against you, as the VAR people at Stockley Park are, they're all against Tottenham, man. They don't like us. Then what can you do? It stacks the odds against you. But backs to the wall, we will prevail. Oh, super chats and memberships are available. Forgot that. Just plug that. Rich, morning. Big up, Rich. And we were honoured to have the United States' #1 Tottenham fan channel, Jacob. I assume it's Jacob and not Mike from United Spurs of America. G'day, man. G'day, how you going? Hope you're in a post-Ange glow at the moment. Hope the kangaroo... Oh, I better check for kangaroos, eh? I haven't seen any for a few days, but I haven't really been looking much. So, no kangaroos at the moment. Side answer. Good old Paul, good evening, good morning, man. Morning, how you going? What do I do? Hang on a second. Bear with me. See how that goes. Sorry about that. Morning, Si. Peter Papa Dimitru, 100% on the United goal. Glazer's own VAR. Give them hell come match day 2. Also, can a Scouser have Spurs as a second team? I don't think there's any rules, is there? People can do what they want. Do what you like, man. I'm old school. Once you pick a team, that's it, and there's no second team. It's like Tottenham are my top team. There's a few teams that I sort of say would be number 2, but there's so much daylight there. I barely even follow the results. Peter Papa Dimitru, 100% on the United goal. Oh, yeah, I've read that one. Dear, oh, dear. Just have a look there. Okie dokie. Yusarian. G'day, man. G'day. Morning, Paul. Nibby's caught me off guard with his latest stream. Yeah, I just thought I felt like doing one, really, because I'll probably do a video later, but I wanted to do just, come and have a chat with people, basically. This latest stream while working from home today. Nice one, man. Keep just tapping the mouse, keep moving the mouse. Don't let them onto you. That's actually happening in Australia now, where people get fired. They said, you only made 2 keystrokes per hour. So, get one of those ducks that drink out of the water, but just get it to tap a keyboard somehow. I'm sure technology exists for this. Really enjoying all the positivity from supporters. Yeah, man, it's good, isn't it? It's good to see. Can't wait to get up at stupid o'clock and watch Man United. Let's have I haven't even checked when the game is next weekend, man. Let's have a look here. Tottenham. I don't understand computers. Sometimes it's just... whoa, that's a brutal one next week, man. Got to get up at Sunday at 2:30 a.m. That's kind of the worst. That's the worst time. Do you stay up late? Do you go to bed early? Either way, you're going to be buggered on Sunday. But at least it's on the weekend. It's not Sunday, Monday morning. But yeah, that is a brutal one, Yusarian. Brutal. Rich, 90 points to win the league. One down, 89 to go. I'm going to get my... I might have to cobble up my Dreamometer, which I was using a bit last year, which is compared to points last year, how are we going? At the moment, there's no move on the needle because we drew at Brentford last year and we drew this year, so we don't gain any points from that. And the other, I might fancy it up a bit by having another dial on it to, if this is how we're going, how we're going to be at the end. So at the moment, we're on course for a mighty 38 points 38 points. So, yeah, I'll get the old dreamometer going. I ripped it up last year. I ripped it up in January because I was so annoyed with the state of Tottenham and what we were doing. I think it was a game against Aston Villa that was my tipping point. They talk about tipping points over here as a thing to recognise when your hair is thinning and maybe get some surgery where they take some bum hair and staple it on your forehead or something. But my tipping point is football, and Aston Villa last year was the start of me really disengaging. So we're on course for either the same amount of points we got last year or 38, whatever your measure wants to be. But I'm sure there's plenty of room for improvement as we get cracking along. Ben Wilby, too many United fans in the VAR booth. Absolutely, man. It's just, I mean, how does it happen? You know, how does it happen where we get a very soft penalty? You know, the guy was going for the penalty, and the referee didn't catch it, and then play was stopped while play had gone on, called over to the screen. Referees never argue with the screen. That's the thing. I don't know about that. I can only recall maybe one instance where I saw the referee look at the screen and say, "No, I'm sticking with my original decision." It's like a, I don't know. It's sort of shirking their responsibility, I think, by not doing that more. Because I forgot what rule it is, but in the rules of association football, there's something. It's not the referee's decision is final. It's something like the referee administers the rules as he sees fit. It kind of means the referee can do what he wants, and I want to return for that sort of old school, visceral, on the spot decision making. Keep them on their toes. Jason Helms, g'day man, g'day Jason. It's a great time to be a Spurs fan, Spurs supporter. And we all changed our tunes, isn't it great? Oh, so bloody miserable last year. Proud of the lads against Brentford. Yes, man, I thought it was a really good hit out of the park. Weird circumstances about the toilets not flushing or something that stopped the game. I don't know how that helps, because that would make it worse, wouldn't it? If the water's not running, you'd want to get it out of the way quick, because people are going to have to go when they're going to go. So, you know, why delay the game by 6 minutes? That's 6 minutes at the end of extra pent up. But it was a good game. I enjoyed it. I did not have any trouble staying awake at all watching that game. Really good fun. Yeah, sorry, and that drinking bird thing is from The Simpsons. Oh, did they do it there, did they? Okay. Homer is truly a man ahead of his time. I didn't realise that. Okay, all right. Parallel thinking. Yeah, it's everyone's watching you all of the time, man. So just make sure, just get that mouse, give it a little twitch. That's all right. Keeps all the green lights on, live and active and engaged. Daniel, great chat, mate. Love your banter. Come on, your Spurs. Oh, thanks, man. I've not a lot thought about the name, but thanks, man. Thanks very much. Jethal, you're very entertaining, Mr. Hippie. Oh, well, I appreciate that as well, man. Thank you very much. What else we got to talk about? Kind of done my dash now. It's almost like a 60-second Spurs update, my stream sometimes, like Chris Cowling does. I watched these this morning, but I think I've mentioned everything already. So I'll just have a quick look at the old Twitter Spursiverse. Usually not a lot happening at this time of day, but you never know, eh? I saw old Mickey Hazard. He's one of our he's one of our own. There is only one Mickey Hazard, having a nice little go at Jamie O'Hara, and I think it was absolutely justified too. Jamie O'Hara. I don't think he even watched that game. With his comment when I think he said something like, "Oh, we're not going to win anything with crap, bloody Sanchez," and blah. When Sanchez had a good game, didn't he? Sanchez had a good game. And Mickey Hazard said, well, you know, why don't you be a bit more positive about the team you used to play for? And I think that's fair enough. I saw Jamie O'Hara today did come out and say something probably like Basuma was good or something. It's too little too late, O'Hara. Come on, man. God, you got people like Graham Souness and Roy Keane that will completely one-eyedly stick up for Liverpool and Manchester United respectfully. And I don't have a problem with that. I think that's fair enough. Where's the Spurs players? We've got Glenn Hoddle. Who else is there? Gary Lineker puts the boot into us as well. Well, he's more Leicester, isn't he? He's more Leicester. But Jamie O'Hara's one of our own, isn't he? Isn't he? What's up, Jamie? Come on. Is that Cundy fella getting in your head a bit, playing mind games with you? Yo, sorry, I don't mind bad decisions as long as they're applied consistently for both teams. Yeah, man. And sometimes they're not even considered. It's human error, isn't it? It's human error. But, you know, it's the same happening in football that's been happening in rugby league over here, where they go to this thing called the bunker, and just do 3 frames backwards and forwards on something. Is it a try or something like that? And you just go, oh, man, you know, when your team's on top, you don't want to give the other team breathing space, just getting their breath back for a couple of minutes while VAR goes, oh, I can't tell if this man's offside or onside. We'll get the old slide rule out, draw a line and all that crap. It just buggers up the momentum of the game. When you've got your foot on their throat, you don't want the game to stop. Daniel, who would you sign up front if you had your choice? Oh, blimey, man. Harry Kane. Is it too late? Well, you know, people seem to be excited about this Gift Orban kid. So, you know, who am I? What do I know? I might go along with that. You know, it might be a question of giving it time. Richarlison, and don't get me wrong here, I'm not convinced by him. But there wasn't much of a sniff of the ball he had on the weekend either. Now, I think that might be partly his fault for not finding space. But Brentford did have 11 players in their own penalty area, so it's pretty hard to find space. When you're up there, you know, when you're not doing it on the run, when you're just camped up in their half, finding a bit of wiggle room is very tricky. And Son Kulu didn't really, give him much to go on. Maddison nearly got him in a couple of times. So, you know, that might be the thing. It might be coming from midfield, from behind him instead of from the sides to him. So, you know, I'm not overly concerned at the moment because I don't know how it's going to work out. You know, Ange might have faith in Richarlison, and if he does, that's good enough for me. But, you know, who knows, man? Who knows? Anything else? No. I'll just go back to my phone as a tap dancing method. Look at this, eh? Look at this. Now, I don't know what concussion rules are like, whether he's passed a concussion test, whether he'd be available for Manchester United or not. I hope so. I think it's a real smart move by Ange, giving him the vice captaincy. Let's have a look here. Daniel is asking, would you put Son in the middle? It's possible. Give it a go. I'm sure they're having a go at that in training from time to time. I don't know, but I'd be open to it. Why not? He seems to be a bit more central when he plays for South Korea. And despite what people said, I heard a lot of people say, "Oh, Son had a bad World Cup." I thought he had a pretty good World Cup. There was a really good. It wasn't his goal in the end, but it was almost like a Burnley run he did, right up the middle, taking players on and laid it off for someone else to score. So I thought he was fine. But you know what? Son's idea of taking the players over for a huddle near the away fans, that was a smart move. That was a good captain's move. It's not all about what you do on the pitch, and I think that's the sort of thing that's going to bring us all closer together. It's great. Oh, what's happened here? Three-legged dog. Hi, Hippie. Matildas versus England tomorrow night. Are you doing any watch-alongs? No, watch-alongs aren't my thing, man. When the game's on, I just like to chill out and relax and watch the game instead of having half my brain or a bit of my brain focused on trying to be entertaining. Because I'm just there watching it. I'm not very good at it. I don't know who'd be doing watch-alongs. Maybe THFC Till I Die might be doing. I don't know. But I'll be watching it. And as time goes on, the more I'm getting more firmly encamped in the Matilda side. I tend to go for Australia in soccer, England in cricket, and Ireland in rugby. I've got no loyalty to these silly man-made concepts called countries and governments. I'll support whoever I want. I'll support Jamaica if I want to. Thank you very much. It's just an accident of birth, isn't it? So, yeah, I'm hoping the Matildas do get through to the final. That'd be exciting. Because all the politicians, they're all jumping on the bandwagon over here. Oh, yeah, we're going to give a public holiday if the Matildas win the World Cup, which I think is nonsense. Absolute nonsense idea. Why not just give everyone public holidays all year round? Why do we have to go begging cap in hand? Oh, thank you for the extra day off, sir. Oh, stuff them all. Thanks for your thoughts. Well, I mean, you know, it's all I can do, isn't it? It's all I've got to offer. All right, well, I was just going to do a quick stream today. Quick stream this morning. I might do a bit a bit later. I'm going to probably go off and have a bit of a walk around, see what plops into my head. So thanks for joining, everyone. Just a quick one today. And thanks for your company. Thanks for watching, liking and subscribing and commenting or doing whatever you're doing. It don't bother me. You know, we're all free thinkers here. And I'll just say for now, as usual, peace and love, man. Peace and love. Come on, you Spurs.